have been so many top elite strikers over the years in football. So it got me thinking, who are some of the best strikers of all time? Well, I've narrowed it down to some of my personal favourites and some of the most elite from the last 20 or so years and put them into a tier list. It is Christmas time, it is the season to be given, so if you guys could give me anything this Christmas, it would be to please subscribe to the channel and also like the video. Right, so let's start this tier list. Like I said in the intro, I've sort of narrowed it down to the last 15-20 years, this generation of football, and what I have watched of these players. Also, I didn't include Ronaldo or Messi, both played at striker at some point in their career, but I just don't think it would be fair to put them in this tier list. Let me know in the comments below if you think I'm missing anyone on this list, and what other tier lists you want to see in the future. Robert Lewandowski, we're starting strong with one of the best strikers of the generation.
Robert Lewandowski.
I mean, over 600 goals, a Champions League, multiple Bundesliga titles, and arguably should have had a Ballon d'Or. He can get straight into S. If we're talking clinical and consistent strikers, Robert Lewandowski is up there with one of the best of all time. I mean, he's still putting up decent numbers at his age, what, 37 or 38 with Barcelona. Harry Kane, we're staying strong here. I do think he's a top striker, but not quite Lewandowski level. He's an A. He's achieved so much in his career, particularly individually, second most goals in Premier League history. And for God's sakes, if only he left Tottenham earlier on in his career, started winning trophies earlier on, he would be spoken as one of the best strikers of all time. Without a doubt.
But Tottenham is the history of the Tottenham.
I genuinely think in my eyes, Harry Kane is a top 3 striker of this generation. Erling Haaland now, and I'm going to put him into A. I mean, there's all these jokes about him being a robot, but someone actually needs to check if these are true. Because his performances, in particular his numbers throughout the seasons, they are absolutely unreal. Dare I say, out of all of the players on this tier list, he is the best finisher of the ball. Mbappe's another new gen one on this tier list, but I'm going to have to put him into A. I mean, this man's so good, 27 years of age, he's scoring these sorts of goals from when he was about 16, 17. And he hasn't slowed down whatsoever. I mean, hat-trick in the World Cup final and still not winning it. And I mean, he already has a World Cup as well. All he genuinely needs to be bumped up to that S tier and seen as one of the greatest strikers of all time is winning a Champions League. Karim Benzema now, and this is probably going to get me a lot of hate, but I'm going to put him into C. He is, for me, the most overrated striker of the generation. The man had one out of this world season. Obviously, the season he won the Champions League, ended up winning the Ballon d'Or. And other than that, for me, he hasn't actually looked that amazing of a player, that good of a striker. The numbers and the stats with over 450 goals will tell you otherwise, but I'm trying to use my eyes here. He's not up there like he is with the others. I mean, there is a reason that this man was in the shadows of Bale and Ronaldo at Madrid. He wasn't up to their standards. R9 now, he goes into S tier. He is a bit before my time if I'm being honest, but everything I've watched back, I've seen and I've heard from this guy from other people, he is one of the best. Romelu Lukaku now, we've just gone from R9 to him.
La caca!
He's gonna have to go into D, but if I'm being honest, I've only included him here because I do think he is underrated when it comes to these sorts of conversations. He was a very good striker before he ended up going to United. His Everton days, his first Chelsea days, he was top tier. Luis Suarez now, and it feels wrong doing this considering I'm wearing a Ghana shirt, but he has to go into S. For me, he's by far and away the best player on this list, excluding R9. At his peak, he was absolutely unstoppable, unplayable, both at Liverpool and Barcelona. He had defenders shaking in their boots on the pitch, although that just might be because of his tendency to bite his opposition. Sergio Aguero now, and I'm sort of torn on this between B and C. I am slightly going to lean towards C and put him there. He was a top striker in his time, career sadly cut short. He did also score what is quite literally the most iconic Premier League goal of all time, but there is different levels to this when we're talking about best strikers. Zlatan now, he's going to go into B. I was though tempted to make a whole tier just for him. Around 500 career goals for him, and he is quite a goal catalogue. He's Zlatan, he's one of the GOATs just for his pure ego alone. Although if I do have to critique him, his ego doesn't quite match his ability. Wayne Rooney now, United legend, Premier League legend. I'm going to put him in B though. This is probably going to ruffle some feathers and is probably very controversial, but I look at the players above him in tiers S and A and I just don't see him being better than them. Although I do really respect and rate Rooney, only as a player, not a manager, just to clarify, I just don't see him getting above these guys. Didier Drogba now, and he's going to go into B. It's the exact same story as Rooney here, but this is my personal opinion, so he goes into B.
Referee from Norway with is the strongest.
Olivier Giroud now, and I'm going to put him into C. People might disagree, think he should be in D tier or even in an F tier below that. Ozil will certainly think so. But this man needs to have a bit more respect on his name. He's a top striker. I think he's still France's all-time top goal scorer. I don't know if Mbappe's taken that over yet. Jamie Vardy, the non-league legend himself, making everyone believe that they can go pro at 26. He has to go into D. To be honest, I only really included him here because I just do really love him as a player and a person. Fernando Torres, and I'm torn on this, B or C, I don't really know. My Liverpool bias is going to put him into B here. He was very good at Liverpool. His Chelsea days sort of ruined his Premier League legacy, but as I said, I'm being biased. I'm going to put him into B. Costa now, I'm going to put him into C. Once again, like Vardy, I've really only included him because I like him, which probably in hindsight isn't the best thing to be saying, but I don't really care. Subscribe for more biased content like this. Edinson Cavani, our final player now, I'm going to put him into B. His PSG days are massively underrated because he was overshadowed by both Neymar and Mbappe and even Di Maria. But he was very clinical in those days and he even carried it on to Manchester United. Anyways, here's my full list. Let me know if you think I missed anyone. Let me know if you disagree. I guarantee there's going to be lots of people that disagree with this list.